Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why a good night's sleep seems so much harder to come by these days? Maybe you wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed, or perhaps you notice little aches and pains that weren't there before. If you're over 65, you're not alone. Many people in this stage of life find that sleep just isn't as simple as it used to be. But what if I told you that some of the things you do before bed, habits you might not even think twice about, could be quietly chipping away at your health night after night? Today, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you about something that doesn't get talked about enough. The bedtime mistakes that can sneak up on us as we get older. These aren't just little quirks or harmless routines. Over time, they can add up, affecting everything from your memory and mood to your heart and immune system. The good news is, once you know what to look out for, you can make small changes that have a big impact on how you feel every day. So, let's settle in together, maybe with a cozy cup of tea, and talk about these bedtime habits. My hope is that by the end of this conversation, you'll feel empowered to make your nights more restful and your days more energetic. Let's start with one of the most common mistakes. One that almost everyone has been guilty of at some point: using screens right before bed. It's so easy, isn't it? You finish dinner, tidy up, and then reach for your phone or tablet to check the news, scroll through social media, or watch a few videos. Maybe you even like to unwind with a favorite TV show. But here's the thing. The blue light from these screens can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. This light interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. When melatonin levels drop, falling asleep becomes harder, and the sleep you do get isn't as deep or restorative. You might notice that after a night of scrolling or watching TV in bed, you wake up feeling groggy or irritable. Over time, this can lead to bigger problems like memory lapses, higher blood pressure, and even a weakened immune system. I know it can be tough to break the habit, especially if you enjoy catching up on your favorite shows or chatting with family online. But even small changes can help. Try setting a screen curfew for yourself, maybe an hour before you plan to go to sleep. Put away the devices and switch to something more relaxing, like reading a book, listening to music, or doing a crossword puzzle. You might be surprised at how much better you feel in the morning. Now, let's talk about another bedtime mistake that often goes unnoticed: eating heavy meals or snacking late at night. It's tempting, especially if you find yourself a little hungry before bed, to reach for a snack or indulge in a late dinner. But as we age, our digestion slows down. Eating a big meal or rich, fatty foods too close to bedtime can lead to indigestion, heartburn, and even nightmares. You might find yourself tossing and turning or waking up in the middle of the night with discomfort. I remember talking to a friend who loved having a bowl of ice cream before bed. She thought it helped her relax, but she often woke up feeling bloated and sluggish. When she switched to a lighter evening snack like a small banana or a handful of nuts, she noticed she slept more soundly and woke up with more energy. If you find yourself hungry before bed, try to keep it light and easy to digest. Foods like yogurt, a slice of whole grain toast, or a few berries can satisfy your hunger without weighing you down. Another thing to keep in mind is the timing of your meals. Try to finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. This gives your body time to digest and helps prevent those uncomfortable nights. If you take medications that require food, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the best timing to avoid disrupting your sleep. Let's move on to a third bedtime mistake that's especially important for those of us over 65, neglecting a consistent sleep schedule. It's easy to let bedtime slide, especially if you're retired and don't have to wake up early for work. Maybe you stay up late one night to watch a movie, then go to bed early the next because you're tired. While it might seem harmless, an irregular sleep schedule can confuse your body's internal clock, making it harder to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Our bodies thrive on routine, especially as we get older. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. This means you'll fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling refreshed. If you find it hard to stick to a schedule, try setting a gentle alarm in the evening as a reminder to start winding down. Create a relaxing bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to sleep. This could be as simple as dimming the lights, brushing your teeth, and spending a few quiet minutes reflecting on the day. I know life can be unpredictable, and sometimes you'll have late nights or early mornings. That's okay. The key is to make consistency the rule, not the exception. Over time, your body will thank you with better sleep and more energy during the day. Now that we've talked about the impact of screens, late night eating, and irregular sleep schedules, you might be wondering what other bedtime habits could be affecting your health. There are a few more that are just as important, and I want to make sure you have all the tools you need to sleep well and feel your best. Let's keep this conversation going because there's so much more to share about how your bedtime habits can shape your health, especially after 65. We've already touched on screens, late night eating, and the importance of a steady sleep schedule. But there are other habits that can quietly work against you, even if they seem harmless or even helpful at first glance. One of these is relying on alcohol to help you fall asleep. Maybe you've heard someone say, "A little nightcap helps me relax." Or maybe you've tried it yourself. A glass of wine or a small drink before bed, hoping it will make drifting off easier. At first, it might seem to work. Alcohol can make you feel drowsy, and you might fall asleep a bit faster. But here's the catch. As your body processes the alcohol, it actually disrupts your sleep cycle. You're more likely to wake up in the middle of the night, and the sleep you do get is lighter and less restorative. Over time, this can leave you feeling more tired during the day, even if you think you slept enough hours. It can also increase your risk of nighttime falls, especially if you get up to use the bathroom. Your balance and coordination aren't as sharp after drinking, and that can be dangerous. If you enjoy a drink now and then, try to have it earlier in the evening, with dinner, rather than as a bedtime ritual. And if you're using alcohol as a way to cope with stress or anxiety, consider other calming activities like gentle stretching, meditation, or listening to soothing music. These can help you relax without interfering with your sleep. Another bedtime mistake that often goes unnoticed is ignoring your body's signals. Sometimes we get so caught up in routines or distractions that we don't listen to what our bodies are telling us. Maybe you feel sleepy after dinner, but you push through to finish a TV show or a book. Or perhaps you're tired but keep scrolling on your phone, thinking you'll just check one more thing. The truth is, your body knows when it's ready for rest. Ignoring those signals can make it harder to fall asleep later, and you might end up lying awake, frustrated and restless. Try to pay attention to the little cues, yawning, heavy eyelids, or that gentle sense of drowsiness. When you notice them, start your bedtime routine. Give yourself permission to rest, even if it's a bit earlier than usual. Over time, honoring your body's natural rhythms can help you fall asleep more easily and wake up feeling more refreshed. Let's talk about another habit that can sneak up on you, letting worries and stress follow you into bed. It's completely normal to have concerns, especially as we get older. Maybe you're thinking about your health, your family, or the future. But if you find yourself lying awake, replaying worries in your mind, it can make it much harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. One thing that can help is creating a simple worry journal. Keep a notebook by your bed, and if your mind starts racing, jot down your thoughts. Sometimes, just putting your worries on paper can help your mind let go, at least for the night. You might also try a few minutes of deep breathing or gentle meditation before bed. Focus on your breath and let your thoughts drift by without holding on to them. Remind yourself that it's okay to rest and that you can face challenges with a clear mind in the morning. I remember talking to a gentleman who struggled with sleep for years because he couldn't stop thinking about all the things he needed to do. When he started writing down his to-do list before bed, he found it much easier to relax. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference. Now, let's not forget about the environment you sleep in. Sometimes, the bedroom itself can be working against you. Maybe the room is too warm, or there's too much light coming in from the street, or perhaps your mattress and pillows are older than you'd like to admit, leaving you tossing and turning all night. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to these little discomforts. Take a look around your bedroom. Is it cool, quiet, and dark? These are the ideal conditions for restful sleep. If outside noise is a problem, try using a white noise machine or a fan. If light sneaks in through the curtains, consider blackout shades or a comfortable sleep mask. And if your mattress or pillows are sagging or lumpy, it might be time to invest in something new. You don't have to spend a fortune. Sometimes even a simple mattress topper or a new pillow can make a world of difference. Think about the little things too. Soft, breathable sheets, a favorite blanket, or even a calming scent like lavender can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Creating a peaceful, inviting space can make bedtime something you look forward to, rather than something you dread. As we talk about these habits, remember that it's not about being perfect or changing everything overnight. It's about noticing the small things that add up and making gentle adjustments that support your health and well-being. You deserve restful, restorative sleep, and with a few mindful changes, you can create a bedtime routine that truly works for you. Let's keep exploring together, because there are still a couple more bedtime mistakes that can quietly affect your health, and I want to make sure you have all the tools you need to sleep well and feel your best every day. Let's keep this gentle conversation going, because every little step you take toward better sleep can make a real difference in how you feel each day. We've already talked about screens, late-night eating, irregular sleep schedules, alcohol, ignoring your body's signals, and letting worries follow you into bed. But there are still a couple of bedtime habits that can quietly chip away at your health, especially after 65, and they're often overlooked. One of these is skipping your bedtime routine altogether. It might sound simple, but having a regular calming routine before bed is like giving your body a gentle nudge, reminding it that it's time to slow down and prepare for rest. When you don't have a routine, your mind and body can stay in go mode, making it harder to unwind. Maybe you just brush your teeth and hop straight into bed, hoping sleep will come quickly. But without those little rituals, like washing your face, changing into comfortable pajamas, or spending a few minutes reading or listening to soft music, your body doesn't get the clear signal that it's time to relax. Think about how children have bedtime routines. A bath, a story, maybe a lullaby. Those routines help them feel safe and ready for sleep. As adults, we need those signals too, even if they look a little different. Maybe your routine is as simple as making a cup of herbal tea, dimming the lights, and taking a few deep breaths. Or perhaps you enjoy a warm shower, followed by a few gentle stretches to ease any tension from the day. Whatever feels soothing to you, try to do it in the same order each night. Over time, your body will start to recognize these cues, and you'll find it easier to drift off peacefully. Another bedtime mistake that can sneak up on you is not paying attention to your hydration. It's a delicate balance. Drink too much water right before bed, and you might find yourself making several trips to the bathroom during the night. But if you don't drink enough throughout the day, you can become dehydrated, which can lead to leg cramps, dry mouth, and even headaches that disturb your sleep. As we get older, our sense of thirst can become less reliable, so it's important to be mindful about sipping water regularly during the day. Try to get most of your fluids earlier, and then slow down in the hour or two before bedtime. If you take medications that make you thirsty or increase your need to urinate, talk with your doctor about the best timing. And if you do wake up thirsty in the night, keep a small glass of water by your bed, but take just a sip or two. This way, you can stay comfortable without disrupting your sleep too much. Now, let's talk about something that's easy to overlook: the importance of movement during the day. It might seem odd to bring up exercise in a conversation about bedtime, but the truth is, how much you move during the day has a big impact on how well you sleep at night. If you spend most of your day sitting or lying down, your body might not feel tired enough to sleep deeply. On the other hand, gentle movement like walking, stretching, or even light gardening can help regulate your body's natural rhythms and make falling asleep easier. You don't have to run marathons or join a gym. Even a short walk after dinner, a few minutes of stretching, or some simple chair exercises can make a difference. The key is to find something you enjoy and make it a regular part of your day. Just try to finish any vigorous activity at least a few hours before bedtime, so your body has time to wind down. As we wrap up this conversation, I want you to remember that every small change you make is a step toward better health and more restful nights. You don't have to tackle everything at once. Maybe tonight you'll try turning off your screens a little earlier, or you'll add a calming ritual to your bedtime routine. Maybe you'll pay a bit more attention to how much water you drink, or take a gentle walk after dinner. Each of these changes, no matter how small, can add up to better sleep and brighter days. It's never too late to start taking care of yourself, and you deserve to feel your best. If you've noticed any of these bedtime mistakes in your own routine, don't be hard on yourself. We all pick up habits over the years, and sometimes we just need a gentle reminder to make a change. The most important thing is to listen to your body, be kind to yourself, and take things one step at a time. I'd love to hear about your own experiences, what helps you sleep better, or what challenges you faced with bedtime routines. Sharing your story might help someone else who's going through the same thing. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more conversations about living your healthiest, happiest life after 65. Here's to peaceful nights, energetic mornings, and the simple joy of taking good care of yourself. You're never too old to make a positive change, and every night is a new opportunity to rest, recharge, and wake up ready to enjoy the day ahead.